What's going on, guys? It's Jake here from Chief Live Gaming. Today, a collection overview for my Ork army. So, in front of you, you see all of my Orks, some specific Ork terrain, some random bits and bobs, and really just everything I could find in my house that had to do with my Ork collection. I want to show it to you guys. I want to go over it with you and kind of start this video series, so to speak, as we journey through how I developed this Ork collection over time. So it'll be kind of a cool benchmark within the channel to see the Orks take form and become a little bit of my own custom collection. Because really, guys, I love Orks. Chaos, of course, and Nurgle being my primary collection, but Orks a very, very close second. I freaking love Orks. They're so cool. They're so fun to play. They really just kind of speak to me as a player and as a collector. I love the aesthetic, the play style, the feel, just the everything about Orks is really, really cool to me. And so I'm pumped. And so just as a quick little backstory here, I want to say like 1,500 points from a friend of mine that I play with quite often. And he had a kind of a nice core of the army that he had sold to me. He just wasn't playing them as much as he would like, so he wanted to send them off. And since then, I have been trading, buying, watching eBay, doing all kinds of stuff to build the collection how I wanted it. I've gotten it now to a point where I think I'm near finalization. I know we always think that, but in my mind, it's very close to what I want it to be and the options I want to have within your average game. So if I want to come to, say, a 2,000 point game, whatever, I can switch up and have many different styles of Ork playing within this collection. So I'm pretty excited. I just want to show it to you guys and go through everything. Kind of talk about the plans I have for the future so we can watch them develop. We'll have other videos, of course, related to painting on a model-to-model basis. So this is a great starting point. As I said, I've just now kind of finished, in my mind, the collection and have it to a point now where I feel comfortable starting a huge wave of painting over the next months, years, whatever, however long it takes me. Now I'm finally ready to get moving on it. So this is a great time to start this series off. Alright guys, let's go off tripod, take a look at the models, and go from there. A good place to start would probably be with the boys. The core of any Ork army, I have a little over 100, or right around 100 boys. And that seems to be plenty for my needs. The big blobs of boys just aren't as good as they used to be, at least in my experience. So 100 is plenty. I don't even need that many realistically. But, you know, lots of boys are really fun to play from time to time. So I just have one squad of 20 painted here. These were actually mostly painted from the previous owner, and I just kind of touched them up and based them a little bit. And yeah, so boys, not much to say. They're boys, they're awesome, gotta have them. So back here we have my tray. So this is a two-tiered tray. I've showed you guys this in my army tray videos, but this is kind of my elites slash specialist tray section. So we've got some knobs in the front here, some power claw, like 10 power claw knobs, and then the rest back here are all Choppa Slugga knobs, which are hilarious. I love knobs. They're not as good as they were. What edition was that? Like 5th edition, where it was like knob bikers everywhere. That was hilarious and awful. But knobs are fun. Put them in a battle wagon. I enjoy them. Quite a few. I have some extra. I probably should get rid of some of these because I really just don't think I need like 30 knobs. But whatever. It's cool. We've got some commandos back here, the old school metal ones. I don't think this is Boss Skink, whatever his name is, Snickrot. But he's just like a power claw commando. But he's a cool model. I really enjoy this model. I just use him as like the commander or whatever. sometimes. But Commandos are fun also. Not the greatest models, but I enjoy, or not the greatest in the game, but I really enjoy the models, so those aren't going anywhere. Some mechs in the back. You got to have them inside the Stampa here and then. They're fun to also field in vehicles. I am a huge fan of Ludas. There's just under 20 Ludas here. Not much to say. They're amazing. So for those of you that don't know, they basically they're in this current edition. They're strength 7 shots, and it's each turn you get D3 shots. It's randomized. Very orky. Very cool. So you get 1 to 3 shots per dude at ballistic skill 2. And they're hitting strength 7. It can be very deadly. It's just very orc-like. They're a very cool thematic unit because they're random. And they're fun. I enjoy them. So in front of them we have a ton of Burna Boys. Too many. I don't ever use all of these, but someday I would like to. Originally, my thought for my Orkz was to have a ton of Burna Boys and trucks kind of driving forward, because what you can do is place the template from any point of the hull and everybody inside of it gets to hit from that point, so you can have over 100 hits with your flamers on nice clumps, which is hilarious to me. They're not even that great. But it's hilarious. It cracks me up. So I want to try that sometime. They're my Burna Boys. Over here, my Boss Knob with the Power Claw. He's the Black Reach model. Pain Boy next to him. We have a Mega Armor, a Boss Knob, a War Boss in Mega Armor. Don't use him often, but he's fun with the Lucky Stick. You know, you've got your 2-up save, rerollable. It's hilarious. Good stuff. Very orky. The Runt Herd, I believe is called, hanging out there. I don't use the Gretchen or whatever they are very often, but they're pretty cool sitting on an objective. So, as you can see, so far in the collection, I have a ton of infantry to paint. I despise painting infantry. I really do. I know that's probably a pretty common thing. But with some clever speed painting techniques, I feel like I can get this collection painted up relatively quickly. Like these knobs, this paint scheme here. I have a video actually of this somewhere in my channel, speed painting Orkz or something like that. But like this War Boss, I painted in an hour. I want to say an hour and a half maybe. So there's some really quick ways to paint up Orkz if you want. So I'll probably do that. Moving on, some of the fun stuff now. Trucks. I've got 2 trucks. I would like at some point to have, I want to say 4. I feel like 4 is a good solid amount in case I want to field a lot of trucks. But the reason that it's okay with just 2 now is because I do have a battle wagon and a Squigoth. So the Squigoth is over here. I love the Squigoth model. Holy crap. How can you not love a Squigoth? Let's get the camera down a little bit. Such a cool model. Just fantastic. It carries around stuff in it and you can put a gun on it. I usually put Ludas in it because it's hilarious. They're just mobile, and this thing is pretty beefy, but it's not nearly it used to be 50 points, I guess, and now it's 180. It's super expensive, but I'm not competitive, so it doesn't bother me. I think it's awesome. We kind of skipped over and glossed over. This is a looted wagon. Wow, I can hold the camera. It's a looted wagon I made out of an old smaller Rhino. I just stuck some orky bits on it, which is another thing that I really enjoy. I'm going to pick it up so I can show you guys. About Orkz is just the customization of their conversion work. I love just doing a lot of random conversion work, so Orkz, I think that's what attracts me to them, honestly, a big part of it. So while we're over here, we'll talk about this gun. So this is a magnetized little gun I made. I use it as a zap gun. I don't know what this gun's supposed to be. I had random bits everywhere, and I kind of just threw them together. I use this as a zap gun, so that can go on. Wow, my magnet came off. I have to fix that. But it used to go on the looted wagon, the squig-off, and then I have a base over here, which it also fits on. So this is another. There's the magnet, and this gun also goes in the same spots. This is another gun I made. I just literally chucked as much stuff as I could onto this platform to make a huge gun. Originally wanting it to be a Super Cannon, an Orkz Super Cannon. That goes on the battle wagon, and it's a Forge World piece that is like a large blast, strength 10 or something. It's amazing, and the model for it from Forge World is just this huge gun, and it cracks me up. So I decided to just make one myself out of some stuff I had laying around, and eventually this will go, you know, on the back of my battle wagon. Somehow I'll magnetize that on there to make it look decent, and then maybe, I don't know if I just can't talk today, guys. If the looted wagon can take the Super Cannon, I know it can take the kill cannon, so this can be a proxy for that as well, just because it looks funny. It's just a huge, very orky gun, and then these on the sides can be like big shooters or something like that. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about the Stompa. Stompas are awesome. They're so cool. They're so thematic. Seeing them on the table is intimidating as hell. I recently picked up the Forge World face or head for the Stompa, which I'm super excited about. I've been looking for one for a while, and there's finally somebody on eBay selling one for not an outrageous price, and I picked that up. So I'm probably going to make a video of that really soon, where I try to paint match this Stompa color to the new head, and it's going to be kind of fun. So that's the Stompa. Not much to say. He's a Stompa. I love him. Amazingness. Down here, Def Dread. I find him to be pretty fun and pretty cost effective, but it sucks when he gets immobilized, like Grav stuff comes in and immobilizes him or whatever, and it's frustrating. But what can you do? That's 40k, right? So this again, painted by the previous owner of this army, as well as these 3 Defcoptas. Looks like we've got a broken propeller here. He's not going to fly very far. I have, let's see, 7 total Defcoptas in my collection. I love Defcoptas. They are super iconic. Another very orky unit in my mind. Very fun for me to play. I love mobility, I love speed, I love basically biker or jet bike type units. So this is the jet bike of the Ork Codex. Makes sense for me. Really fun. Experimenting with using like kill saws and stuff on them. They're not cost effective in that way, but they're still really fun, and I love them. With the Defcoptas, if we look here, this is a war biker with a pain boy that I recently converted up. His little gun is bent there, that's okay. So I basically just took this same model, let me grab him. The same pain boy model I had too, and kind of stuck him, chopped him up and stuck him on this biker, this war bike model. And so he's a pain boy on a bike. Pretty fun to stick him with the Defcoptas. So he joins the unit, grants feel no pain to the unit, and then they hit and run. The unit hits and runs at initiative 4, I believe, because the pain boy's initiative, which is freaking hilarious. I love it. And yeah, just fun. Try it sometime, guys. Pain boy on a bike with Defcoptas. If you're looking for a way to field Defcoptas and make them kind of not good, but a better, I guess, or a little more cost effective, that's one way that you might want to try it. I also am thinking of throwing a a war boss on a bike in the unit, and then you give him the lucky stick. He's got the rerollable goodness, and that sounds hilarious, kind of Death Star-y, or Death Star, Death Copter. Funny. Anyway, moving on, we have, this is a Weird Boy kind of conversion that I made. I wanted to try out some Weird Boy stuff because the psychic powers for Orkz are hilarious. There's like the crunch, like some kind of power vomit or something like that. They just crack me up. So I really want to use Weird Boys. I have a couple more like of this staff. It's kind of, I don't know if it's supposed to be a boss pole or a Weird Boy staff, or I have a couple different ones, but they're going to be my proxies. I'm going to throw them on some random boys, and that'll be good enough for my application. So anyway, Weird Boys, pretty cool. And then the last thing I want to talk about, guys, is some terrain. So these barricades here came with the army from my buddy who sold it to me. He made these barricades, which are really cool. He used like random orc bits. So here's a kill saw or something, some bombs, some tank treads. He did a good job with these, a dozer blade, and some random orc bits to make kind of like an Aegis defense line. An orc-themed Aegis is kind of what I use it for from time to time, or just chuck it on the battlefield when I'm playing Orkz. I'm going to repaint all this and base it and stuff like that. Over here I've made some bomb markers. You might have seen these used in one of the battle ports I recently did. I'm going to like drop this camera, this is dangerous. Just some bombs from the Jet kit with a random barrel. And these would be cool, like objective markers, orc objective markers, something like that. I throw them on the battlefield from time to time. And the last thing would be the orc themed building. So I just made this as a large piece of terrain. This is one of the first terrain pieces I ever made, quite a long time ago. But let me just move some stuff here and I can kind of show it to you guys a little better. So the idea here was it's going to be an Imperium building that was looted, and then the Orcs just like scrapped sheet metal and all kinds of like lumber and plywood and crap and threw it up to try to make like a makeshift defendable area. They've got like these platforms thrown on, and I made this here. This is going to be so you can this is a piece from the battle wagon, the top, so you can put it here for like a mounted defense system. I'll magnetize it up and stuff. So this is a very early stage of the terrain piece that I'm going to do a lot of work on and hopefully come up with some more cool ideas for. So that's kind of like the centerpiece, like you put it in your deployment zone, kind of your main base when I play Orkz. And yeah, pretty fun. I love making custom terrain. I want to make a lot more orc themed terrain because I think it's really not easy to make, but it's really fun to make, that's for sure. So I'm gonna put you guys kind of back on the tripod here while I close out the video so I don't wobble all over the place. But thank you guys for watching, taking a look into my collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you've got some ideas or inspiration for your own collection. If you have any ideas or suggestions for mine, drop them down in the comments. Let's have a discussion. I love talking to you guys about your thoughts, your ideas, tactics, strategy, just kind of thoughts or whatever. Throw them down in the comments, and I will definitely respond and have a little chat. So thanks for watching, guys. Look forward to more Orkz in the future. Now that I'm in the house, settled in, I'm going to have a lot more hobby time to do Warhammer related things, and the Orkz are going to get a lot of attention moving forward. So I hope that's exciting for you guys as it is for me. I love Orkz, and I really, guys, I have so many ideas. I can't even keep track of them all for this collection. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.